Good morning, this is Babatunde with Pennystocking 100 to 1000. Welcome back to the series where we take a fresh account on Webull starting with just $100 and show you the journey it takes to grow that $100 into $1,000 over time. And we're back. Today is May 21st, 2019. The markets are slightly green. And remember when we left off on yesterday, we were in CANF and we held that overnight after they had that offering and it dropped down to $3. We got in at $3.12 and that's where we held it overnight. We only made $3.24 on it. We got out this morning at $9.37 and we got out at $3.22 a share. And I expected this to run up a little bit more. The high was around $3.37, $3.38 in the pre-market, and that's probably where I should have been out. But I expected it to run up a little bit more, after that very, very steep drop from yesterday from here all the way down to here. I expected more of a rebound back to at least 350 to 4. But we didn't get that, not initially. And so I was watching this all pre-market, and I just did not like the action. There was not a lot going on. It pretty much settled between 3 and 320 pretty much all morning. And even on the open, this is where I got out around a few minutes after the open. And so consolidation. This is what it pretty much did all morning. And I didn't like that. This is what I like to call a toss-up. Yes, it's found support. It's holding these areas pretty well. There's very, very low risk. But this is what I call a toss-up. It's a toss-up between, is this going to hold the support and bounce up, which it actually did later on through the day, or is it going to break down as the volume dies out? And I don't want to be in toss-up most of the time because it's just, you can never call it correctly every time. So I went ahead and took that small gain at, 3% gain, 2% gain at 322 early on the open. So that was that trade. And even, yes, it said like it did go up to 374 on the day, later on through the day. In hindsight, would I have held it a little longer? Probably, but, long term, no. Long term, I'm never going to hold these things like that for too long. It's just not worth my time. And I figured there were other plays that might have more potential, so why sit and wait for this? Beating the dead horse when I can just try something else that might have more legs to run. So we tried to get in on OTLK again. This is probably the day that it's going to crack and start dropping. It's probably exhausted at this point from those 4 days of running. So in the pre-market, OTLK actually did hit $4 a share. And so we kind of missed that because we were in on CANF. So we missed that run, unfortunately. And you had to be quick on this, and I'm glad Webull has extended hours at 4 o'clock so you can get in right away when the pre-market opens. Because that was a very, very quick run up from around 3 to 4. So essentially, if I had went ahead and got out of CANF, I could have got right in OTLK, but that's not how it happened, unfortunately. So we tried to chase this a little bit in an attempt to try to get back to 4 again, or at least 350. We didn't get that, though. We got in at $3.09 a share at almost 10 a.m. And we got out at cut our losses at 286 later on at 11:30. And to show you the chart, so essentially, we wanted to get in at about 9:45. We didn't actually get that because we tried to, we tried to save pennies. But yeah, I like looking at the 15-minute candlestick because usually after that 15-minute, there is a bounce move or a drop down move or something like that of that nature. So after this candlestick at 9:45 closed at 285, I figured that would be a good buying opportunity because even in the pre-market, it had some good support. Or from yesterday's close, it had some good support around 280, the 280 region. So I figured that might be a good buying entry. However, I didn't actually put my buy order in until it started getting around to the 286s. So trying to save pennies, I missed the run. And as you can see, the next candlestick right here on the 10 o'clock candlestick, it has that run from 285 all the way up to 320. So I missed that run, trying to save pennies again, and I need to do better. I need to stop trying to save pennies all the time. So I missed that run up. That was a good 10, 12%, 15% run up if I was actually in on that. But unfortunately, that did not happen. And so I kind of tried to chase that. So I got in, and it even halted after that run to 320. I got in at 309, expecting a spike, maybe close to 350. We didn't get that. And so it pretty much settled around between 320s and the 280s region, 290s and 280s. And so I figured it was going to, it kind of danced in that area for a few hours. And I figured, I don't have time for this. So, and I think this is going to be its first red day or close to it. It's losing momentum, it's losing volume. Let me just get out. So I got out for a small loss, maybe about 8% loss. So that kind of sucked, but I couldn't do it any longer. It wasn't worth it. And yes, I could have gotten out break even if I had held it a little longer, but like I said, you can never call these things. You don't know that it's going to reach 310 again. You don't know that. So I took that loss and moved on. And I moved on to this next play that looked like it was coming back to life. This was that Donald Trump pump and dump, WKHS. And we are in that now, even through the after hours. So WKHS, right now we're up $10 as we're holding it. So we tried to hop on the train for this and bandwagon this. We got in at 11:34 this morning. We got in a little early, but I got in because I seen the strength. Right, I saw the strength in this. Let me show you the charting. So I saw the strength in this. It magically just popped up 30% in 30 minutes. And so that was a very strong move for me. So I figured, let me try to get in. Maybe this thing can hit $2 or something like that very quickly. We didn't get that. But this is where I saw this strength. I found this strength on the screeners. So this big candlestick right here, that was a 15-minute candlestick. And then this big candlestick here, the 167. Within those 30-minute time frame, that was a lot of momentum, about around a 30% gain. So that's when I decided to get in on that here at 11:30 as it dropped down a little bit. We were a little bit early. We got in at $1.58 a share. So we were a little bit early on that because it dropped down to a low of 147. But I just wanted to make sure I catch the train and not try to save pennies on that play. It pretty much settled here for a while. Tried to push up. It kind of failed. It kind of failed around there. The 157s dropped down, hit the 140, bounced back up towards the end of the day. It's a power hour. And that strong close, it hit 176. That strong close into power hour is what gave me the motivation to hold this overnight, right? So we're longing this overnight. Right now we are up a little bit. Right now, after hours, it's trading at $1.67 a share. We got in at 158, so we are up slightly. So, and we're only expecting maybe $2 a share, maybe in the pre-market or something like that, or maybe even if it retouches 175, 176-ish in the early pre-market, I'd probably just go ahead and lock that in, and that'd be like a good 10% gain or so. And we will still have a day trade available. One more day trade available at that point for Wednesday morning. But so that's where we are now with the account. So I hope to see some strength on WKHS in the morning. That would be nice. And like I said, we are slowly getting back to where we were before, and we're trying to break out. As you can see, my profit chart is kind of like stabilizing in the 120s area. It's like it's finding resistance. It will be nice to go ahead and break that 120s area, but we're gonna work towards that. So this is the fourth week of the series. This is coming to the first month of the series. So let's just try to keep this going, and We hope to see you all in the next episode of Pennystocking 100 to 1000. And we just encourage you all to stay motivated, stay inspired, study hard, and penny stocks will reward you. Thank you.